WCW Nitro is on the air. We're going to kick things off here with the megastar LA Knight, as he goes one-on-one with Bobby Roode. You missed last week's Nitro. Knight made an uninvited appearance as he got involved in the match between AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre. It looks like that did not sit too well with the phenomenal AJ Styles. Knight costing Styles last week. He attacked Drew McIntyre. Drew would get the victory by disqualification. And while that match was not for the WCW United States Championship, you got to think that AJ feels that that loss could potentially hamper his contention potentially for that title. We know how LA Knight is, though. He could care less who he upsets. In his mind, if he has got a goal or he's got a destination he's trying to reach, he doesn't mind stepping on through or over anybody that might be in his way. And Knight's fairly new to WCW. Coming over in the draft this past year, he spent his whole time on the WWE side. AJ has been the foundation of WCW since the start of our universe. And you got to think he doesn't think too kindly to maybe some of these newer superstars that have, maybe in his mind, invaded his house. Whether it's LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, now the new WCW World Heavyweight Champion. And AJ will pick up the victory here as we kick off Nitro. Gets a little payback, but here comes the Scottish Psychopath. And he lays out both Styles and Knight. I guess if in his mind these two guys are gunning for that United States Championship, might be better to take the fight to them instead of waiting for them to bring it to him. Next, we've got tag team action. JD McDonagh, Ridge Holland, the Leftovers. And if you're new to the universe, we will get into why they are the Leftovers and why they are a team here in our universe. Here tonight, they will be taking on the D'Angelo family, Tony D'Angelo and Stax. They haven't been in the universe long, but they are one-time WWE Tag Champs. Very briefly, but they are in the record books. Now, for those of you new to the universe, if you want to know the backstory on the Leftovers, at our last draft, both of these guys were involved in tag teams and factions. Ridge in the Brawling Brutes with Sheamus. JD McDonagh in kind of a slimmed down Judgment Day. It was just him and Finn here in WCW. Both Sheamus and Finn would get drafted over to the WWE, leaving their respective partners behind. During the draft between myself and our guest general managers, we decided, let's have a little fun with these two. Let's put them together. Let's name them the Leftovers. And while they are a new team, they're still trying to work some things out, trying to figure out their partnership. Here, though, in this one, it's the D'Angelos that get the better of Ridge and JD. But the Leftovers still trying to figure it out. The D'Angelos pick up the win. Up next, we've got Apollo Crews. as he will be going one-on-one with Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura, like a lot of the talent here in WCW, really trying to figure out where he fits in. You know, we've got a new landscape here. The roster coming out of the draft really got boosted up. I mean, we've got Cody Rhodes here now, LA Knight. Guys that were at the very top of the WWE roster. So for a guy like Nakamura, he's trying to kind of see where he fits. He is a former champion. In WWE, he was a United States champion. Here in WCW, he is a former tag team champion, as well as former television champion. Much like we saw with AJ earlier in the night, I kind of get the feeling that Nakamura is not just going to sit by and let these new kids in the school kind of take over. Kinshasa there to Apollo. And Shinsuke Nakamura picks up the win. Good win for him here on Nitro as he defeats Apollo Crews. Next, we've got Isla Dawn being accompanied to the ring by Alba Fire. She will be taking on Miss Money in the Bank, Bianca Belair. Bianca, also fairly new to the WCW. She came over in the draft. And I feel like every match we're talking about the draft, but so much really got shook up, especially when you think of the WCW side of things. Bianca, a former champion in WWE, former Royal Rumble winner, coming in with a solid resume. And coming into a division on the women's side here in WCW that's stacked. I mean, I think both women's divisions right now are at the strongest they've been at any point in our 3 years of the Open Mic universe. We did see Ricochet successfully cash in the men's briefcase. We'll see if that when the time comes for Bianca, if she will have the same success. Bianca hooks the leg. And Bianca Belair is your winner as she defeats Isla Dawn. Where will Bianca look to cash in that briefcase? Will it be here in WCW? Or will she use it as an opportunity to get back to the WWE? Now it's time for our main event. This one is going to be between Despicable Rey, the leader of the LWO, and the most hated man in the universe. He's got a rematch coming up at Summerslam against Cody Rhodes for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. But here in this one, he will be taking on WCW's newest superstar, main event, Jey Uso. He lost the WWE World Heavyweight title via cash-in by Ricochet. And because Ricochet was on the WCW roster and he was successful in that cash-in, that meant as a result of losing, Jey moves over to WCW to replace Ricochet on this roster. And with all the fighting going on with the Bloodline, And his brother left all alone in WWE. Jey exiled here to WCW. We saw him last week pick up a win in his WCW debut against WCW television champion The Miz. Now Rey catching Jey kind of slipping a little bit there. Former champion taking advantage of it, hooks the leg here, but only gets a 1 count. And looks like Rey doesn't want any of this, as he's walking away. But the WCW World Champion says, not so fast. We've got a main event. These people have paid their hard-earned money. We're going to finish this one in the ring. Float over DDT by Jey. Cody, a man of the people, looking to give the people what they want. Uso with a headbutt off the top rope down onto the floor. Spear. Goes for the cover. And main event, Jey Uso is your winner here in our main event of Nitro. Another big win for Jey, as his time in WCW is just getting started.